Hey guys, and welcome back to I Like Watches 2. In this video, I am going to show you 3 new watches that I bought yesterday. But before I get to that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about where I shop for watches. I did post on my community tab on I Like Watches yesterday about some content that I'd like to make. I just wanted to ask for your opinions on what sort of videos you'd like to see. And one of the options was a video on where I shop for my watches, where I buy them, how I search for watches. Because, you know, I think we all sort of evolve our own little styles, our own websites that we visit, our own sort of search criteria. And I think it would be quite interesting to sort of share my methods with you guys. And this was all prompted from my experience yesterday going to a department store. John Lewis, for those of you not familiar with John Lewis, it's a sort of upmarket department store chain in the UK. They sell loads of really, really nice stuff. And every now and then, me and the wife and the little one like to have a little wander around to look at all the stuff that we would love to buy. And they've got a really nice watch department in there. And I had a little wander through. And lo and behold, on their website, they've got around 8 watches reduced. But in store, they had loads more. So I had a little chat with the lady behind the counter. I don't know why I'm doing that because she's not over there. And I said, oh, these aren't advertised on your website as reduced. She said, no, all the department stores twice a year reduce the price of quite a few watches just to basically create space for new watches. So it looks like some of the best deals can be had by physically, unheard of these days, I know, but physically walking outside of your house, getting into your car and actually going to a shop. Who'd have thunk, eh? Who'd have thunk? So yeah, I had a wild time. I didn't go there with the intention of buying any watches, and I walked away with 3 watches. The retail price for these 3 watches should have been £913. I paid £411. It's about a 55% discount, and one of them was 70% off. And they're not returns, they're not damaged in any way. They are literally just old stock that they want to get shot of. So I might produce that video where I share all my methods for searching for watches, but I've learned a new one. Going out to the shops and actually chatting to the ladies and the men behind the counters and saying, have you got any watches for sale that are reduced? Because, yeah, they don't advertise them all on the websites. Right. Anyway, I just thought I'd get that message out there. Let's have a look at these 3 watches, shall we? Right, the first watch is a Citizen, but before I show you this, quick wrist check. I'm wearing the new Exciton 2 prototype on James's 5-link tapering engineer style bracelet. I literally haven't taken this thing off since it arrived about 4 hours ago, but still, for me that's quite impressive. I'm normally in and out of watches all day every day, but yeah, this one's staying on the wrist for quite some time. Right, that's enough of that. Let's have a look at this Citizen now. It retails for £249. This one I picked it up for £124.50, so it was exactly half price. And look at this. I have genuinely been looking at this watch. I just think it's a good looking diver. I quite like this sort of small dial ratio that you get on some divers. The MM300 has that. And I noticed that the second hand on this one, hits the markers really, really nicely. So I was thrilled when I saw that in the store, and I just thought 50% off. You can't argue with that, can you? Yes, it's eco drive, it's not automatic, but I really like the colour. The bezel action in the store was nice. 60 click bezel. The clicks aren't amazingly crisp, but it just feels solid. It lines up, I think it lines up pretty well, fractionally to the left, if I remember. No, I think that's pretty good, isn't it? So yeah, I'm thrilled with that. I really am thrilled with that. That's incredible. £124.50, half price Citizen 200 metre diver. Let's have a quick look at the lume. There we go. I'm not going to spend too long on these watches because I've got 3 to show you, and the purpose of this video really was just to give you a quick look at the deals that I was getting. There you go, look at that nice lume, green lume pip and BGW9 on the dial. What else can I show you then? The strap's nice, no signature on the buckle. It's not too silicone-y, it's quite a sort of hard plastic, but I suspect it's pretty comfortable. Let's throw it on the wrist and give you a quick look at that. Right, there you go. Actually, the strap is quite hard plastic, but it's pretty comfortable, I gotta say. It doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. It feels like there's plenty of flex. I like the size of it. I like the proportions. I like that sort of chunky case, huge sort of thick chapter ring on it. Diddy little dial, big fat hands. Yeah, I like this one. I got to say, I'm impressed. Great value. Right, let's move on to watch number 2. Right, here is watch number 2. As you can see, it's Swiss made. Look at that. Swiss made from John Lewis. Nice. There we go. It is, of course, a Mondaine. Now, this is the Backlight Mondaine, 42mm diameter quartz. And again, if I remember rightly, the second hand was hitting the markers, so I was thrilled with that. But this, what I was more thrilled about was the, I should push that in, shouldn't I? There you go, look at that, hitting the markers nicely, was the price. This was £74.50, reduced from £239. A Swiss-made quartz watch for, well, AliExpress money, and cheap AliExpress money as well. And it's got a really cool sort of domed crystal, a steel mesh strap, and there is loom, and the loom has that backlight effect. The loom is actually under the hands. Let me show you. So I'm just going to give it a quick charge at the sort of angles. I suspect the loom isn't going to be amazing, because with the loom being under the hands, it's not going to charge fantastically well. But I suspect it's just better than nothing, and you know, they don't want to ruin the look and the style of this watch by having loom on top of the hands. You can see it already, look, the loom shining underneath the hands. Look at that. That's so cool. Huge piece of crystal. I mean, talk about legible. 42mm diameter. It's quite a big boy. Let's get it on the wrist and have a look. Right, and there it is. Look at that. £74.50. I still can't get over that. Absolutely insane. Proper Swiss made quartz Swiss railway style watch by Mondaine. Absolutely unbelievable value, that. Yeah, can't get over that. Right, let's move on and take a look at the Seiko. This watch was also half price, £425, reduced to £212.50, so exactly half price. And it is a Seiko Perpetual Couture. I've been looking at these watches for a little while now, because I really do love those Arctura watches that I've picked up recently, or fairly recently. Interesting style, loads of curvature, and these are sort of a more modern version with equally strong and interesting styling. I'm not so sure I'm as keen, but I was still you know, curious and wanting to pick one up, and so getting one for half price and in one of the best colour variations, I think this blue and silver was always the one that I was looking to get anyway. So you can imagine you know, how I felt when I saw it in the shop half price. Absolutely insane. It's got also a chronograph. Let me just press that in. There we go. I've managed to fumble my way through to getting the chronograph function to work again. I think it was in the middle of doing its perpetual calendar set, and so yeah, I need to have a look at that and figure out how to set all that up. But yeah, we're finally in the chronograph function. There we go. Blue hands. Look at that. Start, stop, reset. And of course, with it being a perpetual calendar, it should know the date pretty much forever. I think that's how they're supposed to work. But anyway, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments section. I'm really not convinced by this crown. But yeah, I mean, I like this dial. It is very Arctura. The bracelet as well is quite strong. I keep looking at these watches and not unwrapping them. Let's get some plastic off, shall we? There we go. All the plastic's been removed. It's looking lovely and shiny and new. Yeah, interesting links, aren't they? Yeah, I'm not convinced by them as yet, and unfortunately the clasp is, you know, pressed, but I've paid just over £200 for this. It's got to be one of the cheapest Seikos I've ever bought, so what was I expecting? I've got to say it's the dial for me though, and I think probably the comfort. Let's have a quick look at the loom, and then I'll pop it on my wrist, and then at some point in the future, you know, I'll review it and also do a video on how to set this calendar. Here we go then, quick blast with the loom stick. Might just be loom on the hands. Yes. Oh, and well, it's struggling to pick it up. There's not really enough loom, look, but looks like there's a loom pip at the 12 o'clock as well. And here it is, set up for my 7¼ inch-ish wrist. I got to say, I've been a little bit lucky because I can't find any micro adjusts or half links, and I've got a pretty good fit. So yeah, it's just a case of adding and removing links to get the best fit possible. So some of you might not be so lucky, but yeah, on this occasion, I seem to have got a pretty good fit. I like it, actually. It is comfortable. There is lots of curvature on that case. Decent amount of weight to it, actually. I've got to say the dial is the star of the show. It's really quite a cool looking dial, isn't it? And this bracelet as well looks like sort of dinosaur scales or something. It's definitely a bit different. Yeah, I'll crack on and get on with some reviews at some point, guys, on I Like Watches, so please don't forget to come back and check those out. Thanks again for watching, and I hope this video was useful. Again, don't forget to go into the stores, guys, and look for the sales. I'm going to be doing it from now on. Alright, guys, thanks again for watching.